Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test account, and as you can see, the current trait that is up with the guild boss. Now the update did drop on the test server. We know the patch went live on global servers, but this is the test server. This will release within a couple days, and I believe it was the 10th or 11th, so we have about 4 more days, and this will actually drop over on the global servers. This again is the test servers. So deploying heroes with the following traits will provide a powerful buff for all allies. Heroes that don't wear earrings, which is funny because when they went ahead and they data mined a lot of this information, that's the exact trait was in there. So let's get in and see what this looks like. So it looks like the first boss that we have up is going to be, and I believe this was the Chinese New Year boss. Looking at the leaderboards, there's literally one player that is attacked in here. You can see 20 billion damage. But looking in here, we have Damon, and it looks like it is comprised of 2 teams. So again, thinking PTR, thinking of the new boss that is up, don't have a lot of information, don't have a lot of data because this overall is something that literally just dropped, not even probably an hour ago that we're seeing guild rank. Looks like we're 26 right now. I want to see if we can see the leaderboards. No, we're not going to be able to see other than the players on what exactly this looks like with the leaderboard. So let's check it out. So looking in here, deploying heroes with the following traits. Heroes that don't wear earrings. Again, we don't know what that is. So one hero increases crit rating by 50 points and defense by 60%. That's a pretty big buff right there. 2 heroes grant immunity to control effects and make active skills 250% more powerful. Kind of crazy. 3 heroes' active skills are 350% more powerful. Upon landing a crit, launches another strike of damage equal to 400% of the attack rating, which ignores defense. Pretty strong. Active skills go to 450. Then attack rating by 500%. Yeah, that's kind of insanity on the build here. Let's break down these rewards. All right. So we know there were going to be different tiers. So we have some diamonds in here. We have some overall small pile of rewards. Stargazer Scroll, we almost have an Elite Stone. We do need 60 of those. And now tier 1 is 5,000 guild coins. We have 1,500, or excuse me, yeah, 5,000. 5,000 on tier 1. Tier 2, 1,500, 1,500, 1,500. Getting to tier 6 does yield you some red chests. So that's a big benefit because remember before we only got gear, and this is giving us the access or the ability to get some of these red chests, tier 7, tier 8, tier 9, again, some coins. And then we do have epic emblem choice chests in here. So another way to get these epic emblem choice chests. So pretty cool to see in addition to the guild coins. Now, a few questions that I have right off the bat. Looking at this, I don't know if we get gear. So if we're not getting gear in here for any players that are leveling up, getting it to 5 stars within the tiers itself with the gear, might be a lot harder to get gear if you're only getting it out of AFK rewards. If they did not include it in here, that is going to be a big change. Now, the next boss is going to be Riz. So remember, they did keep Riz, and then I believe we have this boss, which is the hunting field contract. So this one is, again, I forget the name of this, Lucky something, but this was the New Year's boss. And then we have a boss from the old Temple Rift. If you remember the old Temple Rift guild bosses. And I believe the Dune Destroyer is the 4th one that we have in here. So let's kind of break this down. So once you hit 1540, you're going to have access to this. Each rotation will last 7 days. So you do have 7 days. Players can refresh their challenge attempts twice per day. So within 7 days, you'll get 14 attacks. So if you get twice per day, okay, pretty good there. Any unused attempts will not roll over. So make sure you're doing the attacks in here. Every time a challenge ends, players will receive personal rewards, which I think that might have been the personal rewards we just looked at. Different bosses will be rotated in each round. The more heroes you deploy, trait related to the appearance of the heroes are based on the default skins. During battle, heroes levels will be set to 360, while the hero's original tier, gear, furniture, signature items, eternal engraving, and beast level will remain the same. Collections and artifacts are not taken into a point. So that is awesome that we have a mode that we are not going to have collections in here. So very cool to see. Total guild from all guild members will unlock different tiers of guild rewards. Players must participate in the guild battle at least one time to be eligible for the rewards. After leaving a guild, unused battle attempts will be retained, and tiered guild rewards will be claimable, but unclaimed will be sent via email. After leaving a guild, you can join a new one. You can't claim tier chests and if you've already claimed it on this rotation. So pretty cool overall. Again, looking at the skills and abilities, it seems like these are kind of the same. Guild rewards are the same as this one. So that looks like the progression one right here, which is the guild rewards. You can see we have to do 1,300 billion damage to get out of here. So let's hop in here and see what it says. Now, when it comes to earrings, I'm not 100% sure because allies or heroes that don't wear earrings, I'm not seeing too much about earrings. I'm not seeing about which ones don't hold earrings. But you know what? Let's put a hero in here and see. So that gives us one buff. And I'm almost wondering if it's going to do it for everybody. All right, so that does give us all 5 of the buffs in here if we were literally just running our dimensional squad within here. Let's see who we got. Now, I know test server, it looks like, yeah, there's a few that we don't have because of the mercenaries. Now, also note we need 2 teams in here, so that's going to be a little bit more difficult. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put, we don't have Albedo, so I'm going to do this combination. Let's see how it does. Now, also the beasts are going to be in here, so we'll go ahead. We'll put the winged lion in here. Then thinking a little bit of a damage mitigation. And I'm assuming it's going to be 2 battles where we're just kind of fighting the exact same boss is what I'm assuming. We'll get some haste in there. Might not be the most ideal team, but again, looking in here on what we have, what we can run. We have Grez in here. We'll put a buffer in here. Let's go ahead with some Oden. Might make a difference. Now, we also do have Shimira, so we are going to have the SP effect. Again, it's still giving us all of the buffs in our entirety in here. Let's go ahead and put our Panda Dumpty in there. And let's see what it does, guys. Let's see how this looks. So guild bosses, after 6 years, let me stress that, guys, after 6 years, this has been updated. Again, I don't know. You can see the enraged timer getting pretty well buffed up here. And also remember with Ainz, once he does cast that a couple times, then he has a cooldown. I was hoping that Arthur would make a big difference in here, but ultimately we still do have the kind of the aura in here, but you can see a lot of the bosses, a lot of those little minions are just jumping around everywhere. This is going to be very important to be in an active guild. I don't know if it's going to take, 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, or if it's going to take a full guild of 70 people to actually be able to maximize all of the damage in here. That is kind of yet to be seen. Now in here, we do have Shimira. We're going to get a lot of ults out of here, and I'm hoping that she can put up some pretty decent damage. Panda Dumpty in here. I know the beasts are only at resonating level 12 right now, so it is a little bit different when it comes to being able to do a lot of damage. But I know Oden is one that does take a lot of energy away. Grez, of course, with the minions that are just absolutely decimating our boss box right in the middle as he continues to summon those up. Boom, Shimira's ult again. And I'm hoping again, we're kind of running out of time, so we're going to have to see. I'm assuming Envy and a couple other ones are just going to be crazy high when it comes to damage in here, being able to scale it with regular formations. Again, test server, we're not too huge. So there we go. So there's our damage. Now, unfortunately, you can see we got 79. We need a lot more in here from a lot more guildies, but we do not have anyone else that's in here, which, I mean, we came in at 37. Our guildie came in at 20. So pretty good overall. Now it's at 79. I'm wondering if we run this twice, if it's going to go ahead and stack both of those. I'm assuming that it is going to stack both of those. That means we're going to get another. There we go. So it did stack. So 73 here. So it stacked both of those. Very important. And I don't see the personal. So I'm assuming the top is the personal reward, and then this progression is the guild reward. And as you've seen, we didn't get any gear. So unfortunately, I don't know where the gear is going to come from, AFK rewards, but this was the place to mainly farm gear, because when it came to farming gear and being able to actually build these up, again, getting all of these different pieces of gear, but being able to max them out in the entirety is going to make a big difference, because again, if we're not getting all of the gear that we normally got out of Riz and Soren, it might run out. It might run out eventually. I'm not saying today or tomorrow, but if you're a newer player, again, if you're stacking some of this gear, you might eventually run out of resources if we're not getting it on a regular basis. So, all right, guys, so that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.